Welcome in through the Hardaway, aka the three-man Jaylen Weave, aka the best big three since LeBron, D Wade, and Bias, live on YouTube on a Tuesday, wherever you listen to a podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, anybody podcast, we are there. So if you're here on the YouTube, leave us a like, share a comment, subscribe to the channel. We at 121. So let's keep pushing towards that 200, man. Let's keep doing it. If you are on a Apple Podcast, Spotify, leave us a 5-star review. We'll greatly appreciate it. If you don't know who I am the walking bucket providing instant offense. It's your boy Savage. Up here, we got the coach on the sidelines. Take them to school, on off the court. Back to school time. When I say it's really shitty, it's really shitty. Shitty, what's good, man?
I'm glad you mentioned that. Back to school. Real quick, just as an educator and everyone else that's listening. Hey, listen, it's great to post those day one pictures of your kids, but let's also, every 6 to 9 weeks, look at their grades too. You can post those as well and see how they good. But that's it. I'll keep it like that. Hey, how y'all doing?
Toot saying something, but he muted right now. Can't tell what he's saying. Well, while Toot fixing his microphone, we got your favorite DJ, the sample man himself, Mr. 31 years old yesterday, Mr. Tesh Shakir. Toot, I don't know if you can talk, but
I mean, Ron Artest. It's wild because he was just being able to talk.
He was just talking in the pregame. There you go.
But I don't know what's going on, man. I can't even say my joke I was saying. What's good, y'all? I was saying, like, it's a good thing they didn't, like, turn in they day one pictures of like, the day ones, because some of y'all babies be super ugly. So it's like, don't post no day one pictures. Nah, that's what I thought he was going with that. But anyway, what's going on, y'all? I got beef with y'all this whole podcast because literally I had to go through the whole entire last pod. First of all, shout out to the homie Ray Allen for pulling up from 3. Like, pulled in clutch. You know what I'm saying? Pulled in real clutch. But I had to go through a whole podcast of y'all bashing me because I won in the comments. And here's the thing. After the party, y'all realize he didn't come in at all after he said he was. I ain't get no calls. I ain't get no texts. I could have been fighting a bear. I could have hit a moose. I could have done something, but I had to hear the entire podcast. And what had happened was, when you're traveling and you in the boonies like I was, signal goes out.
For an hour and a half.
Yeah. Literally for an hour and a half.
That's
so
crazy.
I had to, as soon as I got signal, dang, let me check my guys out. And that's the first thing y'all talking about? I bet.
You can at least drop the comment, though.
Yeah. I couldn't if I didn't have a signal, Sheedy.
But you said we were
talking about you in school. That's a simple thing you got to have. If you got a phone, you need service. If you ain't got no service, you can't talk to nobody. It's simple.
Okay. What I was saying to you was, if you had service to check us out, then you could have dropped a comment.
But I didn't.
You just said when you turned in, we was talking about you.
Because I couldn't.
All I know is Toot weren't there. That's how I know. Toot told us so this ain't got nothing to do with the podcast, y'all. But Toot told us pre-show. He said, "Hey, y'all, send me the link when y'all start. I'm gonna try to pull up in the comments." What I do, like 5 minutes, I say, "I got you." Boom, dropped it in there, and then after that, radio silence. It was nothing. And literally, so likewise, the red light is on, Toot, which means we're recording. And so if I ain't see you for an hour and a half, I was like, "Oh, Toot, this man bullshit. He ain't."
Let me bash him for the next hour and a half instead of actually checking on him, make sure he ain't find a goddamn moose on the road.
That's cool. This is true.
But here you are now,
my guys, bro. Y'all supposed to be my guys, man. Whatever.
Here you are now, 31 years old.
Thank God.
How's your birthday yesterday?
Thank God. It was cool, man. Just brought in a bunch of different perspective. You know what I'm saying? We definitely lost a loved one in the family. So just different perspective. But 31 on 31, they say you're supposed to be the golden year, the year you turn, your age and all that. So I'm finna live my life like it's golden with it, how they said. I'll leave this singing up to Sheedy though, because he's awesome at it.
I'm actually the best.
That's all I'm at. Yeah, there you go. But I'm good, man. God is good.
God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. All right, so we got Toot back. We got NBA trivia. It's been a while. I missed it last week. I ain't gonna lie, I missed it.
I knew y'all be liking that shit.
Yeah, because it really makes you think like,
hey man. So let's get. I actually got one. Shout out to Uncle Demi. Follow him and subscribe to him on YouTube if you're not familiar with him in the 2K community. One of the best to do it. But he's been posting a few trivia questions. I saw a couple of them, but we're just gonna use one that I actually like today, just to see if y'all know. So, who has the most dunks in an NBA season? In a single NBA season? Is it Dwight Howard? Is it Rudy Gobert? Is it Giannis? Or is it LeBron James? Again, who has the most dunks in a single NBA season?
And you gave us 4 choices.
So Dwight came to my mind immediately, and we said Dwight first.
Yeah, threw me off. Yeah,
I'm gonna say Dwight.
You going Dwight? Who you going, Shitty?
You said Dwight, LeBron. Who were the other two?
Giannis and LeBron.
Giannis and LeBron. I said LeBron. There's 4 of them.
Mm-hmm. Believe it or not,
Giannis.
Rudy Gobert
is
the winner. I said Dwight Howard too, so I was actually wrong on that too. But Dwight Howard was the winner. Rudy Gobert got him about 1 in 2019. So Rudy Gobert set the record in 2019 with 270 dunks, and Dwight Howard had 269. So we were almost there. Just wanted to throw that out there. So everybody talking about Rudy Gobert overrated. No, we not.
I mean,
y'all was talking bad about the Timberwolves. That's why we're not gonna talk about the past. So let me.
I mean, Ant-Man did change his number from 1 to 5, so maybe he getting a new juju with that. We'll see. Rudy Gobert, anybody were Cat? Nah, we ain't right there. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's get into the news that we missed. So you actually, I went back to watch a TikTok, and you were explaining why the Boston Celtics should sign Jaylen Brown to that 5-year, $304 million supermax, which, I mean, he deserved it because he got it. I mean, 304 M's. I mean, what you gonna say no to that? But Jaylen Brown did sign that contract. He is the highest paid player as of right now in NBA history, which means he's paid more than Jason Tatum, who, I mean, he's probably worth, 350? 400. He got both hands, so I mean, he should get at least more than Jaylen Brown gets right now. But I want you to speak first, man. How you feeling about Jaylen Brown getting that money?
I do want to start out by saying that does Jaylen Brown deserve to be the highest paid player ever in the NBA? No, but you're talking to somebody who literally saw Mike Conley sign the biggest contract in NBA history as well. Did he deserve that? No, but what Mike Conley meant to the Memphis Grizzlies is essentially kind of what Jaylen Brown means to the Boston Celtics, and you can't let him go for nothing. You talk about everything I talk about on the TikTok video, Savage, and it's like legit. We've been joking all summer, hitting them all summer about not having a left hand. Okay, take away that. What else can you say about Jaylen Brown's game? I'm listening, and we're gonna hear crickets because there's not too much bad about his game. He's one of the best, if arguably the best two-way player in the NBA basketball. And we know how much defense, even though there's becoming a lack of it, we do love our defensive players who can defend the ball, but also put the ball in the hole. And there were times this postseason where Jaylen Brown was the best player of the game. Even throughout their careers together with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, to me, has been more consistent. So when you talk about consistency is key, that's exactly what Jaylen Brown is. And hopefully he's going to continue to get better. But I think that if I'm paying someone the highest paid player, in the NBA, I'm going to need highest paid player production. So Jaylen Brown, even though, like I said, I love your game. I love it. We kind of need to see Jaylen Brown 2.0. Everybody bashing him about the left hand, cool. Take that same energy Jason Tatum came with last season and do the same thing. Come in with a left hand. The first game, you need to have a body on somebody with a left hand and just throw it up there and be like, this is what y'all talking about. I'm the highest paid player in the league. I do deserve the money that I'm getting. And like I said, I just need to see him to step up a little bit more now.
Yeah. I love the way you opened it, right? Because I love Mike Conley. Played against him. You thought Damon Stoudemire busted your tail? Imagine your tail getting busted by Mike Conley, brother.
Hey, chill, dog. Did I say we're not bringing up the past?
I'm bringing up the past. I'm telling you, Mike Conley did me dirty. I'm telling you that.
Both left-handed, by the way. That's for the sake of the conversation with Jaylen Brown. Is lack of a left hand, but continue.
So I love that perspective in that respect because at the end of the day, somebody has to set the tone and the pace for contracts and move forward with, and things of that nature. So, with that said, do I believe he deserved it? I mean, yes, I agree that he deserved it, whether or not he has a left hand or not. I think at times what hurts me about the amount of money that he will be making is him. It's kind of like he just kind of dissolved at some points during the playoffs, whether that was against the Hawks at times, whether that was against the 76ers. And you can even, talk about the Heat, right? I think, and I don't know if that's like a competition thing, right, as well. I'll take the Heat, for example. The Heat don't have a player after Jimmy Butler and Bam that is on the level of Brown. So, I mean, did he just like, oh, I don't feel like playing defense or whatever it may be. And so I appreciate him. Money is his. And I also just looked at the salary cap. I didn't even realize Kristaps Porzingis is not a one-year rental. He's actually there for at least 2 seasons, I believe, which makes it very, very interesting for the Boston Celtics, because I thought their timetable was just going to be for 365. They definitely got 2 years for sure before it's all said and done. The question to me is going to be, this is it for Brown. What is, I think, Savage, you kind of alluded to, what do you pay Tatum then? Because right now, he's going to be making, Brown is making about $15 million more per season than Tatum. And that's not this year, but starting next year. That's a very disgusting number to me, because I believe Tatum is a better player than Brown. $15 million is a role player to get. But I would never knock anybody for not getting their money. Kudos to him. Whether he's gone this long without a left hand, he'll figure it out somehow, some way. I would love to see him be more of a menace that he can be on defense, because he, at the beginning of the season of his career, he really was more defensively minded than that. So if he can just tap into that a little bit more, I would love it. But if you don't have the Celtics on your radar as contenders next season, you are sleeping underneath a rock. So kudos to them. And again, kudos to Brown for making that money, because somebody had to do it. But he's definitely set the market, and I can't wait to see who will be next to make that money above that.
You mentioned Jaylen Brown's his first year, and he was the second pick of the draft that year, if I remember correctly. And that first year was bad for him. Like, he only averaged 6 points a game, and people were like saying immediately that he was a bust. You know what I'm saying? So to see him, improve in other areas not necessarily related to his left hand just speaks volumes of who Jaylen Brown is as a player. 27, 7, and 3.5 assists. I mean, that's some good production out of a playoff team, a contending team. They made the finals just not too long ago, and they were almost there until they ran to the buzzsaw, the Miami Heat. And so I feel like he deserves the money, because that's the market right now. The market to it's like the market for like housing is ridiculous. I mean, that's just what it is right now. It's crazy. You got to pay it if you want to get it. And so Jaylen Brown would have got that money from somebody, whether that's Boston or Houston or Atlanta, whoever was in the running for Jaylen Brown, and Boston doubled down on him. And so now it's a matter of like, how do they proceed from here with Tatum? Because Tatum, one way or another, gonna get 350 or at least 350, for his contract, which means that Boston's gonna have to figure out how to develop players around them. I saw somewhere they're putting Derek White at point guard, and also Derek White, cut your hair off, man, because
he came home.
he was back here, so he cut it all off. So he's supposed to be the point guard for Boston for next year. You got KP, you got Tatum, you got Brown. They can compete next year. I mean, they can compete next year. And so go ahead and make Jaylen Brown happy. He did speak about bringing back Black Wall Street to Boston. That's going to be a tough sledding in Boston. But, hey, I salute you for doing it, for trying to Jaylen Brown. So I'm happy he got his money, man. I'm happy he got his money. But if I'm him, I'm connecting with Paul George. Say, hey, man, how do I learn how to dribble my left hand? Because right now, that literally prevented us as Boston from going to the NBA Finals. Like, I posted a highlight or a low light reel of Brown getting ripped on 7 occasions during one of those games against Miami, where Jimmy was just attacking him. Like, he like, oh, you ain't dribbling? Take that. It was Gabe Vincent taking the ball. Duncan Robinson taking the ball. Like, what is going on with that? So, Jaylen Brown, you are an all NBA player, all-star caliber player, $300 million man. Dribble with your left hand, man. If I can do it with my right hand, you can do it with your left hand, man. That's all I can say. Any more comments about Jaylen Brown? We move on.
Nah, just a point of emphasis of what you're saying too. The Heat actually just started planning for him to go left. They said, "Oh yeah, go ahead left," because that was his weaker hand. Clearly, and it is typically for right-handed people anyway, which is actually the opposite of Mike Conley, who can.
Yep, he goes right. The right-hand floater. Yep, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I can't find, and that's something I've been doing honestly, like for like the last couple of minutes, is finding the post I screenshot. I hate it when it happens when you can't find it. But I did see that there are a few players coming into the new TV deal that we're gonna see be literally making $50 million, $60 million, $70 million a season. So I just want to throw that out there as well to the people that's like, Jaylen Brown won't be the highest paid player for long.
Not for long.
I mean, do people remember? I had to give an NFL reference, but do people remember Kirk Cousins was the highest paid player for guaranteed money before? And I mean, look at him now. Look at that market now. How do you like that?
I mean, we just saw Mbappe get offered $1 billion and turn it down. He turned down $1 billion to play in Saudi Arabia. So what the hell he gonna get from whatever football club in France that he playing for? So yeah, the price of the brick is going up, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I learned.
The price of everything going up. Price of everything up.
So, and some people they love it, some people they hate it. So I want to move on to the love and hate in the NBA.
I see you segueing.
Segway Savage at it again.
I like that Segway Savage. So we are in the midst of the off season, where it's a dry spell of like topics, and free agency has died down, the draft has died down, summer league has died down, but there has been a lot of new things in past off season that have added to the NBA. The in-season tournament, people don't care about this. People like it, people don't like it. With a couple years ago, the play-in and the bubble, people liked it, people didn't like it. Now everybody loves it because everybody got a chance with it. And so I asked the guys, and I also asked Twitter and Reddit just to see what do we currently like about the modern NBA and what do we hate about the modern NBA. So it can be a variety of things. It can be the fact that players are more friendly. It can be that players are more accessible, whether it's on social media or, in person or whatever. So I kind of wanted to go around and freeball this. Like, what do y'all like? What do y'all don't like? And then I'll contribute some of the comments that I got from Twitter and that I got a whole lot from Reddit. Y'all got like 80-some comments on Reddit. It was a whole lot. So I'll try to siphon through at least the good ones anyway. But I'm going to start with the guys first. What y'all love about the NBA right now?
Do you mind if I go real quick? Because you brought up the point about, I'm not even going to talk about the in-season stuff that they got, that in Lowry's they got going. But I do want to speak about the play-in tournament and how it was hated on before by some players, LeBron being one, along with some other casualties of it, but how it's become a love thing because you have 10 teams, well, typically 20 teams now that are vying for a playoff position. The only thing I don't like about the play-in tournament is, even though it worked for the Heat's favor, becoming the 7th seed or 8th seed, you really get to determine your own path. As opposed to the number 1 and number 2 seed, they don't know who they're playing until it's like a day or two before they go. Whereas the seeds 3 through 6, they get a whole week off. They can plan to go. The Warriors can plan against the Kings, right? For that one, the Clippers and the Suns, 3 through 6 could plan, but 1 and 2 had to wait it out. Well, 1 preferably until that Thursday or Friday. So I don't like that part about the play-in tournament, but I do love the play-in tournament because it gives everyone a chance. Now, just give me a second here. This is one thing I hate because it's also dealing with the play-in tournament. If 20 teams, quote unquote, are eligible for playoffs or play-in tournament, the rest of the teams should be eligible for something else. And here's my thing. What if those other 10 teams did a one-off game, right? This would be in Vegas for all I'm concerned, to determine who gets the number 1 draft pick. Okay. So you see them based upon their record. which would have been San Antonio would have been like the 9th seed or 10th seed, whatever. You put this whole tournament together. Don't worry, I did the X's and O's about it all. And let's say the Mavericks would have won the tournament and got the number 1 seed. Now you got Victor with them and all of that. And so you can tank and possibly do well, right? But you can tank, but also then prove that you deserve the number 1 pick, as opposed to, oh, I hope the ball comes to me. I hope that happens. But that's just one thing that I wanted to discuss, especially about the play-in tournament. Got its good and bad things, but I hate that teams just tank and want to lose, or people aren't showing up. I'll let that go. But I'll leave that where it's at. I'll give it to 2 for now. I'm sorry.
I kind of like where you was going, and I kind of like started thinking about what I don't like. I know we're talking about what we do like about the league, but I kind of want to tie it in with what I don't like about the league, because it kind of ties in what Sheedy's saying, and it's the fact that the NBA is becoming too professional. What I mean by that is that you're talking about how like teams would just tank, and I think that, let's say hypothetically you are able to know who's going to be the first round pick in November or in December. Then what does that mean for the rest of the season? So that's my thing. The NBA is becoming too professional, and I think that at this time you got Victor going to San Antonio. You don't think Victor had some kind of input on where he wanted to go if he's going to be, quote unquote, the face of the league?
Like D Rose.
You know what I'm saying?
When D Rose went to Chicago, that was like D Rose.
Come on, LeBron to
Cleveland. Like, come on, man.
All of a sudden.
And like I said, it's becoming too professional to that aspect of, you know what I'm saying? We went through the Allen Iverson era of, the game becoming professional, and they kind of laxed out on it. But the fact that we had to go through that and still see, the game becoming what it is we got to make sure we protect our image side. It's kind of destroying like the legitimate and passion of the basketball. Like, I think we need to protect, quote, protect the passion. Like, if I'm watching, even in the media, you know what I'm saying? Let's take us for particular. Even like, we're not well represented in the media, you know what I'm saying? Especially after the NBA games. And I think that's needed. I think that, people look at, white as professional. We can do the job just as good, but yet we still are having trouble getting opportunities, especially with players coming out and doing their own pod, which ties in because I'm good at that. I loved about the NBA. I love that about the NBA, that the fact that even though it's making it harder for us regular folk to get some kind of recognition within the podcast NBA media, the fact that NBA players are able to use their voices way better than what we grew up to, it hit, because now y'all line analysts and line media people and people with a badge that think y'all doing y'all jobs right. Y'all can twist a person's story and you're like, hold on, let me hit on my homie who I actually know that played the game of basketball. Let me hop on your podcast real quick, Paul. Let me explain some shit real quick, Draymond. It makes the league that much better. Like, imagine Allen Iverson being able to hop on a Draymond Green podcast back in the day. Like, he's already disrespected to me. That gets me is like, he's the top 5 most influential player to ever play the game, but he don't get that respect because the media, the professionalism in which he, quote unquote, didn't have back in his day. So, like I said, it's tied in like just media overall. It's getting better for sure. But that's just one thing I love and hate about the NBA right now.
Yeah, you brought up the podcast. Like, I enjoy a good player podcast. Like, in terms of like, don't just go on there and just saying whatever. Let it make some kind of sense. That's why Paul George is so successful, because his is still like you in a barbershop with people, but it's actual intellectual conversation mixed in with the barbershop conversation. So you got that is one end of the spectrum. Then you got Jeff Teague, Jeff Teague is hilarious. If you didn't listen to Jeff Teague podcast, y'all,
I didn't know he was that funny.
Dude, his storytelling, it's not just because he's making fun of other people. He makes fun of himself. And people are like connecting the clips of him in those actual moments, and it makes it that much funnier. Like, he talked about how one time he crossed over his brother, and then he missed the layup of the shot, and he was like, "Dang, that just could have been forever in my highlight package of me hitting my brother." So I definitely agree with the fact that like the podcasting game, I can only imagine if we had that in the early 2000s, bro. Imagine Shaq and Kobe and the We Believe Warriors and like I said, Allen Iverson doing a podcast at some point during the season or even after the season. I think that would have been that would have been great. You mentioned too about black, I guess the black person in the basketball media. I mean, we lost Mark Jackson recently.
Literally today.
Yeah.
But they bring in Doc Rivers, who I mean, I don't remember. I remember Doc
Keeps a check coming.
Hey.
You hear me?
Rivers.
It don't matter what he do, lakes, oceans, ponds, Doc Rivers gonna cash in a check.
Doc Rivers, if he ain't coaching, he gonna be talking about coaching on the sideline at some point. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get into one of the tweets that we got on Twitter. This is from Francis from Bluff City Media and Up and Under Podcast. Shout out Francis. He said, "I love the talent depth is at an all-time high. Almost every team has something to be excited about, except for the Washington Wizards, which we talked about on this podcast."
Literally, he literally took my words out of my mouth. This is crazy. That's my next point. My next point.
I ain't gonna get into it. But he loves the talent depth, and he hates. And this is what I want to talk about a little bit. He said, "Where did all the rivalries go?" And he hates there's a lack of rivalries. Off the top of my head, the only rivalry that I can think of, well, I guess it's two maybe. One is Grizz and Warriors. I mean, whether they believe it or not, it's a rivalry in my opinion because that's box office. And then two, maybe Luka and Devin Booker. So Dallas and Phoenix. And that to me is kind of old school because even like in the early 2000s when it was like Steve Nash with Phoenix and Dirk with the Maverick, that was kind of a rivalry. They showed a lot on ESPN, but there isn't really like a rivalry. Like I'm trying to think of another one. I mean,
only in the playoffs. Yeah, I'm about to say only in playoffs for real. I don't really see it too much like regular season. But to that point, I mean, they had that whole rivalry week, right?
I don't even remember that. We talked about it a little bit, but I don't even remember rivalry week happening.
Nah, I mean it may have occurred. I don't know, but I mean, like for instance, the Lakers and Celtics, right? That used to be a thing. Sorry, my kids are yelling. But I this is a true point. What happened to rivalries? Like I love that, but also are the rivalries not happening because the players aren't playing?
Yeah. Because you got
I wouldn't say
matter of fact, that was Embiid who set out against the Nuggets. And we was ready to see Joker versus Embiid. He like, nah, I ain't playing. What kind of shit is that?
I wouldn't say that. I think, and going back to the media, I think it's how we portray certain playoff matchups. And what I mean by that, Doc Rivers MC Light of basketball, I ain't gonna keep it check. I love it. Most recently is that if we know that y'all had tension in the playoffs and y'all have had it for 2+ years, 2-3 years, we consider that a rivalry, just like the Memphis Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors. But if you think about before that, it was the Golden State Warriors and the Cavaliers because they kept on meeting in the finals. I think the NBA could do a much better job at highlighting certain matchups. But I wouldn't necessarily say call a rivalry unless there's history. And if there's history, I think the NBA can do a better job of marketing history. Example, I think the Heat and the Bucks are rivals.
Yeah.
I think the Heat and the Celtics are rivals because they literally have to fight each other for the last 10 years, especially the Heat and the Celtics for the last 10 years. That's a rivalry to me, in my opinion. Lakers and Celtics, that was only a rivalry because of media attention, different sides of the country, different representations coming into the middle and saying, hey, West and East, and we got this in the finals. This is a rivalry. We ain't had Boston Lakers and Celtics in the finals since 2000, in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So is that still a rivalry?
I think that, and thank you for bringing up my Heat against the Bucks. Celtics doesn't matter, and we still get disrespected. The day to bring rivalries is Christmas Day.
Yeah,
and I look forward to
everybody
Christmas
watching.
I
like that.
That's the time. Like, bring those should be the strict rivalry games, even if it goes back to the previous playoffs and what happened. Let's say it's the Kings Warriors or whatever, and the Nuggets Lakers or whatever. Like, create the rivalry based upon either what happened or the past, couple of years or a couple of seasons as well.
It's kind of like WWE. Like you have to take the storyline and craft the storyline based on what you see. If you know that Draymond got beef with Jordan Poole, y'all can do Warriors and Wizards on like Halloween or whatever.
I about to say you better not be no Christmas.
I
better not see no Jordan Poole on
Nobody
Christmas.
wants to see that on Christmas.
You got the Wizards on Christmas on December 25th.
I said Halloween, to be clear.
Okay, cool.
Not Christmas. I said Halloween.
Okay,
but do it on like a day where people are gonna be watching like the game. Like make it a Friday night game or something. Like where it's okay, it's Friday night, we're not going nowhere. Let's put Jordan Poole and Draymond on TV and we see something gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So do something like that. Like literally be Vince McMahon and say, you know what? I know that the Grizzlies and the Warriors got beef. I'm gonna put them on at this time. Oh, I know Dylan Brooks is with Houston. They in the same division. I'm gonna put y'all on this Tuesday night on TNT. Something to that extent, man. Like you literally have the storylines. You can craft them in a way to make it feel more important than what it is to create that rivalry.
Agreed. I couldn't agree more.
This guy, Knight Triker, he asked what team we rep. We repping Grizzlies for the most part, and Sheedy reps the Heat. Took occasionally reps the Warriors.
No, I'm there with us, man. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting us. I told you I got beef with y'all.
He is going to sell the same way. I'm gonna make it clear for two. The same way Savage cannot be a Lakers fan until LeBron leaves. Duke will forever be a Warriors fan until I believe the big three of the Warriors are done.
Mm-hmm. Which should be when they retire.
Yep, and that's a fair shake between the two of y'all.
Thank you, man. So I think at this point I can take off bandwagon because we coming for blood. I'm here for all the smoke next season.
So maybe I wonder, do people like love that, like the fact that you? Because I feel like back when we were like in school, even both of us, like, you're not that much older than us, but like I feel like people died with their team. Like, nah, I'm a Grizzlies fan. Nah, I'm a Heat fan. I have no other fandom with any other team, especially with basketball. Football, it's like you can't be a fan of two teams of football.
Agreed.
You absolutely cannot do it.
It's one.
But like basketball, I think it's like that because we love players and players have moved so much. And I'm at the point now where I don't care if you have multiple teams that you just like, because I feel like it's so much player movement. Like LeBron went from the Cavaliers to the Heat to the Lakers. The Heat and Lakers are two different fandoms. Like two different fandoms. Even the Cavaliers. That's like
I actually don't want them there. The Heat wanted them there.
Talk about it.
Big difference.
And so I feel like I personally enjoy the fact that people love multiple teams and multiple players because we're watching way more games now. I'm watching the freaking Pacers because I like watching the Pacers. I'm watching the freaking Wizards next season because I want to see Jordan Poole and see if he's gonna play better. But some people don't like that. Some people don't like the fact that you like, nah, like you need to dedicate yourself to one team and one team only. That's a lot of Grizz Twitter, to be honest. But but I feel like, I mean, that's good for the game. Like as far as like the international growth of the game is like when you like a lot of players, you enjoy the game more and are more willing to watch than just your team, I would say. I'm like, how you feel about that too? Because I don't know how you feel in terms of like.
I love everything you just said, and for me, it's like I've been on the bandwagon since essentially the Warriors' first championship. So I came to the Warriors team essentially on a winning team, and being a Grizz fan, it's like you kind of want to go. I'm a Mavs fan because I was born in Dallas. Shout out to Dallas, man. My mom's out there. Me being a Grizz fan, it's like I know the Grizz ain't gonna win. So I'm going to still support them because I'm from Memphis. But seeing how the Warriors play the game of basketball and for their front office, that is what attracted me to be able to say, hey, I'm on a bandwagon for damn near 10 years now. So I'm taking the bandwagon off. If you got something to say it. But for me, it's like I was so tapped in with the Warriors that I'm seeing like all the media people say, hey, here's a chance Kevin Durant can come to the Warriors, but we don't doubt it. Hey, y'all, Kevin Durant finna go to the Warriors because he's not that kind of guy. He just want to hoop and he just want to win. Blah, 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 blah. Kevin Durant's with the Warriors. Boom. Kevin Durant lead the Warriors. I'm so tapped in with the team that I'm like, hey, y'all, James Wiseman finna get drafted by the Warriors.
You said that.
Beware. What happened? James Wiseman gets come to the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? So it's a team thing. The Warriors have a bunch of my favorite players. They got Chris Paul now, and I think he's going to do a hell of a lot better than what people are giving credit for. And I just want people to see. But yes, I'm a Warriors/Grizz fan. I do want the Grizz to finally, hopefully, God willing, win one so we can actually have a parade in the city.
You gonna fly back for that?
Easy. Fly back. I'll be there for game 6. I need to know. Full. I need to know. Like, hold on. I don't wait my whole life. Now, hold on. Whoa. The pyramid days, y'all better chill with this.
I don't know about the pyramid, though.
Don't do me. Nope.
I got one more from the tweets.
Real quick, Savin. I'm sorry, bro.
Wait.
Talking about the stars on the team, and I'm literally looking at the roster outside of the Wizards. There's literally at least one reason why you should watch any team in the NBA. And I think that's something that we really haven't been able to say at least in the past.
Okay, let me go through all these things. So Milwaukee got Giannis, Boston got the Twins.
At least one.
Philly got Embiid, Cleveland got Spider, New York got Brunson, Brooklyn got Mikal Bridges, and whatever's going on with Ben Simmons. Atlanta got Trae Young. Atlanta got Trae Young. Miami got Jimmy and Bam. Chicago.
Okay, they was in the playoffs last season.
They were, and
Zach LaVine is a star.
When DeMar is on, DeMar be hooping. So
and DeMar is that guy too.
Toronto, not this year.
Okay, we throw Toronto on there.
Pacers got a fun team. Washington, I'm interested in Jordan Poole, but I understand where you come from. Orlando, young team. Charlotte got LaMelo. Detroit got Cade now. Okay, Denver, we know. Memphis, we know. Sacramento, Phoenix, Clippers, Golden State, Lakers, Timberwolves, OKC, New Orleans, Dallas, Utah, yeah. Portland, yeah. Houston, I would say, yeah.
Yes,
really,
Jalen Green, yes. And Victor and Spurs, yeah.
Okay.
So I just want to throw that out there. Like, yeah, he definitely got a point. He literally stole every team outside the Wizards. Got a reason why you should watch their team, and it's fun.
All right.
Don't sleep on the Raptors. Until they get rid of Pascal.
I'm asleep right now. I'm asleep. I ain't feeling it. All right. Tyler from Fat Boy Fadeaway, he says he loves all the talent and he hates the planned rest days. Do y'all think this is the most talented NBA? Like, since y'all been watching?
I do. And I think that most people go, I was to say that and would say, well, look at the starters. I go look at who's 1 through 10 on most teams. Like most NBA teams do got from 1 through 10 somebody we maybe heard of, and they're ballers. Like even me, like I said, going to the being at the Nike IBL, these kids coming up are crazy. So the league ain't do nothing but get none but better. We got overseas players coming in, taking over America. So it's like we get a combination of just greatness from all around. So to my question, to me to answer that, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you just went through and named like at least one player from every team that is watchable, right? And then I'm thinking about I think the only time I would think of maybe there was more talent per se, and I'm putting this in air quotes, I'm thinking like maybe the early 2000s with the Lakers and all, those teams, the Spurs, right? And Kobe was there. There was, but can I go back to that time and name you a star from every single team?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. But also back then, who was the star? So I'm
gonna pull up the 2001.
I wouldn't even say star there. She did just watchable.
Just watchable, right?
Watchable.
So before Gilbert we'll talk about the Wizards. Before Gilbert got to the Wizards, right? I mean, were they watchable?
Yeah,
Jordan. Who played 82? Who played 82? Right? I believe that there's so much talent that there's a whole. Yes, this is the most talented the league has been. Why? Because there's also a whole nother league underneath that they pull talent from that could actually be in the NBA. And that does not include those players from overseas. I'm just talking about the G League players. But then, yes, then you got the overseas players that are learning the game of basketball. We got FIBA coming up here real soon as well. And so basketball has evolved so much that talent is everywhere, and they're all trying to get into these 30 teams or such. And there's only but 15 spots.
Yeah. And
so you only have so much. I think somebody said this. There's not 450 players that really are about basketball.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing.
Half of them, if that, are about basketball in the NBA. Because I mean, because you can tell based on like who putting in the work, who's studying the playbook, who actually going out there and execute. Then you get those who just so in my opinion, Cam Reddish can hoop, but I don't think he about basketball because otherwise he would stick somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Whereas somebody like Tillman, Xavier Tillman, is about basketball. He's sticking, where he's at with the Grizzlies. He's making it work as now he's a veteran now because he got a second contract. So yeah.
And the other point I would add to what you're saying, what we are saying is, on top of there being these advancements in basketball, there's advancements in sports technology and medicine that help players stay there or get to a whole nother level.
That's
right.
A good point.
Let's be clear here, and I will die on this. Larry Bird is one of the best players to ever play in the NBA, white or black.
Any era.
White or black. Had he had the same type of treatment that other players are getting now about his back
was through.
We'd be talking about something different. And I'm going back to the A, so excuse me for a moment. If Magic Johnson, and we believe something different about AIDS and HIV and everything that was going on then, I'm being honest here, we'll look at him a little bit differently. And I'm just throwing this out here real quick. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But since I'm talking about the 80s, why don't we give enough credit to Isaiah Thomas? Is it because we hate the Pistons so much? Is it because we don't like Detroit? Like what?
The media.
I agree.
The media still hates him too. They still hate him, man.
And that's what I was getting to. Or is it because of what happened between him and Jordan and the team and all that? And to your point, the media, or is it his coaching stints as well?
Right.
But I won't want to break it
up. Man. If you love Chris Paul, you should love Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas had one ankle and was put up like 40-something points on people, man.
The taller one, by the way. We're not talking about the left-handed one.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Reddit now. So this person says they love that there's increasing parity in the NBA, which I mean, so in the past couple of years, we've had what Denver has won, the Warriors have won, Milwaukee won. We've had like different winners. We haven't had like a back-to-back winner since like the Warriors with KD. So there is some kind of parity going on. And then we saw in the West with the Kings and the Grizzlies again at the top of the West. So there is parity. Do y'all think that a team other than the Warriors, other than Denver, will win the championship or can, like a high chance of winning championship next year?
Absolutely. The city I'm in right now, Phoenix. We're not going to disrespect what they got going on. I mean,
I'll get to them a little bit later. I ain't gonna talk about them right now.
Come on now.
I'm a concerned basketball fan for Phoenix in terms of like when it gets down to crunch time. They're gonna be a top seed for sure. Like I ain't stupid now. It's Brad Beal, is Devin Booker, and it's KD. I ain't dumb.
I ain't stupid.
I ain't dumb. That's three walking buckets, man. I'm a walking bucket. I know what it is. You got three of them.
Yo, Lakers got chemistry too.
Who? Man. Anyway,
so what's the question? Do I believe that someone else besides the Warriors or Nuggets can win the championship?
Yes.
Why? Injuries. Keep it that simple. There's not been a season here recently that has not plagued a megastar in some way, shape, or form.
Touche.
And then this person said they hate the fact, and this relates to Damian Lillard to some extent, they hate the fact that players can force their way out of small markets and put those teams that aren't on the coast and in a nice weather year-round at a disadvantage to attract free agents. We still don't have an update about Damian Lillard, but I agree that I don't like that Dame basically put Portland in a corner and saying that I ain't going nowhere but Miami. And you basically just took away their leverage as an organization, which for them, they are thinking with the future of this organization in mind. And instead, Dame like, F y'all, I'm going to Miami. And Miami ain't got shit. Respectfully, Sheedy. They ain't got shit.
You hurt my feelings. I hear you.
And so it's like they have to do something about, you can't just say trade me after signing your contract. Like they have to be like look, you guys stay for 2 years before you get demand a trade, bro. Like we ain't just trading you after signing you. Like I mean, that happened with Anthony Davis, and that happens for the most part as far as like moving money. Like I mean, I mentioned before about Houston. They signed Fred VanVleet, and Dylan Brooks to trade them within a year or two because you got Ahmed Thompson behind them, you got Tari Eason, you got Jabari Smith Jr. there. They gonna want to play their young players. I'm not dealing with shot chuckers at point guard and shooting guard. But at the same time, like as a player, you can't put the team in a corner after committing to you all this damn money, bro. Like no, you knew what it was. You knew we was trash. Why would you sign with us if you know we trash? I mean, I know you want the most money, but at the same time, it's like, bro, we can't do nothing but follow the CBA that's given to us. So I personally don't like that. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
I would like to push back on that.
Okay, go ahead.
I like it. I like the fact that a player who spent 10 years with an organization that's given his all, that regardless of the contract that he signed, Dame Lillard is the reason why people come and see the Portland Trailblazers play. So essentially, Dame Lillard is underpaid. So if I'm telling y'all, hey, I want to go somewhere for probably the rest of my career, y'all need to make that shit happen. If I'm LeBron James and I'm telling y'all, hey, I want to go to Los Angeles because I know certain shit I'm going to make happen outside of basketball, I need to be in Los Angeles. So y'all can trade me anywhere, and I'm sure Dame is a professional, but wherever that team goes, no, hey, I want to be in Miami for a particular reason. One, because it's Miami. And for two, the culture that's there is something that by the end of my career, I can say I won a championship. I want to be there for a particular reason. Send me there. This is business. Y'all do it to other players. Ain't no reason in hell why, Chris Paul should be finding out, or any player really should be on a plane finding out they've been traded. On somewhere else and finding out they should be traded. So the cards are out here now. I'm telling y'all, this is where I want to go. Of course, you gave me that contract, but by the CBA, this is what you're supposed to. This is what I am owed. So I'm happily to take that. I hate Pim Parsons for what he did to the Grizzlies, but if I was in his shoes, and I told you, I probably would have done the same thing. That's money, generational money that I'm not going to turn down that I'm owed. Nah. So again, if I'm telling y'all this is where I want to be, make it happen, suffer the consequence, the early consequences. Y'all will be back in the lottery next season, and start from there.
That's the point that I think would refute against my point, is that you're gonna be back in the lottery anyway because your team is not that good. You weren't good with Damian Lillard, so you're gonna be right back with an opportunity.
Which is why he requested a trade.
Right, you're gonna be right back to get a chance to get whoever the guy is. I think it's Buzelis, some random white dude is like 6'10", or even the next year with Cooper Flag come out, and he
hold off for Cooper Flag,
man.
Hold
off. or Boozer's son, was it Cameron Boozer? He nice too. So I think my biggest beef is that Dame, he didn't just say trade me. He said trade me to this place, and that place has no assets at all. I'm like, if I'm Portland, I ain't doing that, bro. And the NBA did come out and say that they told him to chill out on his trade demand. And so it's like you're hurting the Blazers' chance to get something back for you. They're going to take care of him, I think, eventually, if not before the trade deadline. I don't see him finishing the season with the Blazers. He'll be in Miami either for training camp or by December or whatever it is, depending on how the chips fly. But I do want him to like, hey, relax, bro. Like we gonna trade you somewhere. It might not be it might be Milwaukee, it might be New York or whatever it is. He going to Miami shit. He going to Miami. But yeah, like let them get something back. At least add a third team. Give us time to make it happen. Don't just be like, nah, bro, I ain't coming back because y'all got Scoot Henderson taking double zeros now. Don't do that. All right, y'all got any more love or hates?
Well, I want to talk about this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just real quick. Also, what was the conversation that was had when Damian Lillard signed this contract with the Portland Trailblazers? Was this, I'm going to take this money and you're going to build a contending team around me. I'm part of the coaching search. I'm part of the personnel. Like, I want to know, we have access, right, to the players and what they want to say. Request a trade, this, that, or the third. But we don't know actually what's going on behind closed doors. And to me, the best team, I mean, I know they went to the Western Conference Finals one year, but I love the team that they had in the bubble with Carmelo, to be honest. But what team has been around Damian Lillard? Matter of fact, let's back it all the way up. Name me the last player that signed for the Trailblazers.
Jeremy
that
Grant.
Was what? that was worth something.
Trade.
That was really worth something. Like I hear about the
Let me
small
go back and
market.
look. Let me look real quick. I don't know.
Please do. I understand the part about the small markets, right? I really do.
Man, that's a good point. Hold on.
I understand that. But yeah, Bill Walton, what you gonna do? But on top of that, do not criticize Damian Lillard, but sweep underneath the rug James Harden. James Harden has also requested a trade to the Clippers, or wants to be with the Clippers to be Russell Westbrook, but he's not getting that same sentiment. I don't understand it. And this is a player that's been requesting a trade, 3 times in the last 4 years? If not more than that.
The last player that signed.
You were still scrolling.
The last player that signed. Carmelo Anthony 2019.
Come on now. I need somebody in their prime now. You talking about Carmelo Anthony?
That's the last person that I see that's of significance.
That's what I'm talking about. So I'm Damian Lillard. I'm pissed. Everybody else getting signed.
I mean, they had like
even before Melo, like who they get?
They had I go back before Melo. Let me see.
Let's talk about it.
It's 2018.
Nobody.
They signed Brandon Rush to a 10-day. Okay, 2017.
I think he was coming back from the G League or something.
Zach Collins and Caleb Swanigan.
Come on now, you can't even say his
2016, they signed CJ McCollum to a 4-year extension.
But I had him. No, I needed someone signed who said I'm going there.
They signed Evan Turner, your boy from Ohio State. They signed Evan Turner to
a 3-year, $7 million deal.
26. Hey, you're right. Hey.
So no one wants to go to Portland. I don't know what you want me to say, but I would love the same effort to be said about James Harden and any other player. I get it. I really do understand it from a perspective of ownership and saying, hey, Damian Lillard only wants to go to Miami. And I hear your point, Savage, that he only requested one team. I get it. But let me back out of this and become a person instead. If I know Tuke is in Phoenix and is doing all these great things, like, hey, I got this great gig, this great job. I want you to move here with me. Let's do this together. I'm going.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it. And I've said this before, and I'll say this again, that sometimes we put these players, all professional athletes, on such high pedestals, we don't see them as human beings at times. You can't tell me some of y'all ain't kept y'all's job for 11 years at the same place and then wanted to leave.
11 days.
11 days. Hello? You know, black people
Everybody hiring.
How long am I about to be here for?
Everybody hiring.
1750 times 40 hours. You know what I mean? Compare the zeros and stuff. So what I'm saying is I get it, but stop putting them on a pedestal to stuff that you wouldn't want to do yourself. That's
fair. That's fair. That's a fair point. Because I definitely worked Toys R Us for one day and got up out of there. One day at Toys R Us.
It wasn't for you.
Hell nah. I thought it was gonna be easy money. Hell no, this shit was like I worked from 1 to 11 and only got paid for 1 to 7. So I had 4 hours exactly. I didn't go back. I did not go back.
I call that damn giraffe. Be like, what the rest of my money?
I remember the giraffe.
The rest of my money at dog. What you doing?
Shit. Like, I got it in here.
All right, y'all got any more love hates?
I'm good. I'm sorry.
I think I actually got one more quick one real quick. I'm actually not a fan of voter fatigue, believe it or not. If somebody deserves to be MVP, damn it, give him the MVP. LeBron James has been the best player in the league for whatever years. Make a comparison, tell us why he's not the MVP for this season, and actually give it to the MVP.
You know what, too? I actually like that. They should have, like, if you voted, I want to see, like, a quick, short answer. What up, Aiden? I want to see a quick, short answer as to why you voted that player for MVP. And some people come out and say why they do it. Like, I think, who was that? I think Mark just came out and said he made a mistake about something or whatever it was. But, like, I need, like, a 5-sentence paragraph, not essay.
Brett said I need an essay on why.
Not an essay. No.
Who grading that?
I need 5 sentences at the most, 5 as to why you voted for this player MVP. Because, like, I was saying for the longest that Westbrook should not be MVP that year. I mean, I understand why, But I was like, his team was like in 7th place. I don't care that KD left him and he still made it work. I don't give a damn. Like you were on like a borderline playoff team, bro. No,
You kind of like how that 2018 that guy with the beard got it, but LeBron should have gotten it.
Yeah.
About this already. He had the most points, him being the one with the beard, but statistically, games played, rebounds, assists, how far they went in the playoffs, who was more valuable. I'm just saying.
Thank God they added that flopping rule
for James Harden.
But that was your hate too. What's your love?
Oh, that was it. That was it. That was really it. I just wanted to bring that up. Like voter fatigue. But I know it's a thing. And please, referees. We can spend another 20 minutes on them, but we not. Just do better. We came to see the players play. We want to watch the players play. Stop calling ticky-tap fouls and controlling the narrative. And just chill. And call a travel every now and then. That's it.
They ain't calling travel, man. They just gonna watch the game. They just watching it, and they pick and choose when they gonna
watch it with us. Don't control it. Watch it with us. That's all I got to say.
All right, my last one is I love that the game is going international. We've had top picks that came from all over the country. I mean, we saw Victor. We've seen Joker, Giannis, Luka. All these players are coming from different places, which leads me to wonder to what extent is the NBA going to go to that next level. It talked about expansion to like Las Vegas and Seattle, but I kind of want to see what they do for like a European league or like I mean, they have like an African league, but it ain't on the same level as like the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering like, what would they do? Like, what would that look like to have it to be where the best team from the NBA plays the best team from the European league of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So some of the extent that I would love to see, because I feel like the game is getting so international. There's money to be made in these other places. I mean, Saudi Arabia clearly got money. If you're offering $1 billion to
oil money, they got a lot of it.
So I want to know like what's the next level for the NBA? Because I enjoy the international development of the game. I'm gonna watch FIBA. Obviously, I mean, I'll watch the FIBA in the Olympics, but I love the international game itself. And then my last hate, this comes from Reddit. They hate that everyone is chucking up threes. So Sheedy, how you feel about that as a coach? Is that impacting your players right now, or do you say, nah, don't shoot threes? Go to this free throw line, this elbow, this post.
Yeah, I'm working inside out, brother. I mean, Steph Curry, Gilbert Arenas, to name a few players, they really just transcended the game, and to the point that you probably saw the EYB or wherever you were at. My fault too, but like they probably start off with just shooting threes, like warm up threes. It's just become a thing. Like it's just part of the game. The part that needs to be more emphasized is just the coaches establishing you have a higher percentage of shooting and making a shot closer to the rim than you do at the 3-point line. But also get the double at the free throw line, then you can kick it out for the three. So the three should be a second option and not the first option. I'm not opposed to more of like a run and gun type of fun type of atmosphere. But the problem nowadays is people see Steph Curry so much. I think it was, I can't remember who it was that did in the summer league, shot up a 3-point shot and looked away and then literally hit nothing but the backboard.
Backboard, yeah.
Yeah. But like, you're not Steph Curry, right? And I have to explain that because Steph Curry goes through so many meticulous things to make it easy for him to shoot the 3-point shot. Whereas y'all just want to come here, oh, well, I just shot 23s and I made like 7 of them. So I'm ready to go, coach. No, the hell you not. No, you're not. Inside out. That's how the game of basketball I've always been played for me, inside out. Even some of Steph Curry's best shots and killer shots, yes, some of them been like coming right down the floor and just dragging them up. But he passes it or gets a cut or a screen first and then gets open. It's not just coming down, there's a 3. So that's my piece on that.
I think one thing that helped with that shitty was last year NBA playoffs. And that was I didn't see as much chunking up threes as I normally would see. Yeah. It was more so mid-range, go get a basket style play, which is what I thoroughly enjoyed about it. So to go through the season, of course, we're going to see a bunch of that. But I think, I told y'all a bunch of times, 3 points winning teams don't win championships, and I'm gonna stand by that. So the mid range is still a thing, and analytics, y'all can kick rocks.
All right. Shout out to our guy, Night Tracker. He had a lot of comments. I couldn't get to all of them because a lot of them, but he was in here. He was in the comments. So shout out to Night Tracker. And then Kane said that was the finest moment of Summer League. Yeah, he just he thought he was him. He shot that shot and that joint hit the backboard clean. All right, so before we get out of here, we're gonna do our NBA jersey draft. I already got the order predetermined. It's gonna be me first, then Took, then Sheedy. I did it before the show started, so sorry, y'all. But basically, this is what I want to do to make it even more difficult. Once a team has been picked, you cannot pick another jersey from that team. So if I say I'm picking, So if I say I'm picking the Kevin Garnett Timberwolves jersey, I can't pick the modern Timberwolves jersey. So you got to pick a different team.
Could you at least say something else? Like you got to say that because that was a great jersey. No, I'm saying you have to give people ideas. You could have went to like that Nets jersey or something like that. You had to go to that.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna rock with. So
we're essentially picking the best teams with the best jerseys. Yes. The teams with the best jerseys.
To you, because some shit might be trash. I don't know.
Right. Okay, I got. Oh, sheesh. Okay.
So I'm up first. So like I said, we are picking the NBA jerseys, NBA jersey drafts. What we doing? I get the first pick. This jersey is near and dear to my heart as a former Lakers fan. I'm not a Lakers fan anymore, y'all. Y'all know.
Here we go. Here to segue.
My first pick in the NBA jersey draft are the Lakers Sunday Whites. Give me the Sunday Whites from the Lakers, the Kobe era with the 8 on them. That to me is a clean jersey. It hasn't been worn that much. It hasn't been worn since, I think, a long time. But I'm going to take the Lakers Sunday Whites, which means the Lakers are off the board. So no jerseys for y'all from y'all's Lakers.
Thank you, Savage. Thank you, because we're doing something that means something to our heart. And I got to say, all of the Memphis Grizzlies jerseys are near and dear to my heart. But of course, that teal Vancouver Grizzly jersey, heat, especially with the Mike Bibby and the Sharif Abdul-Rahims. And yeah, but then we got some dope ones nowadays.
Yeah.
There was that black, I think the Black 3-6 Mafia one that they had last season.
Last year.
Cold. And then even when the Grizzlies just traded from, you know what I'm saying, the what was it, the white and the teal and the red to the blue and the yellow and the dark blue, like even their color scheme was pretty dope. At least the shorts were, you know what I'm saying? So give me the Memphis Grizzlies, man. Gonna get them off the board. And I can't wait to get a teal Memphis Vancouver Grizzly jersey. Oh, I can't wait to get that.
You getting the teal jersey?
Yeah, but it gotta have Memphis on it.
Okay. The Memphis jersey. Okay, I got you.
Gotta have
you gonna get some John ones with that?
I got to, man. I should have been had some jobs, man. I'm tripping.
We all are. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about my homework assignment, but I'm here with it. Hey, growing up, Nelly. For those that forget about Nelly going diamond, Nelly and Fabulous and some other great artists used to always wear great jerseys, right? All the time. Yeah. If you didn't have a throwback jersey or a Mitchell and Ness, he wasn't really talking to you. But one of my favorite jerseys from that time is definitely the Alex English Nuggets jersey. Hey. Whether that was that or the Dikembe Mutombo, doesn't matter. But yeah, so take the Nuggets off the board. For me. Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy? On my list was the icy white mellow jersey, but now I can't take it because it's gone. And on my list too was the Memphis City jersey from 2 years ago. The one that everybody wants to be the regular uniform, the Vancouver print with the blue and the So I was like, dang. So okay, but it's on you, Sheedy. You get back.
Yeah, got some good ones.
And
that was good, Sheedy.
I gotta go with my team, man. The red Timmys.
Yep. That's on my list too.
Yes, sir. So. Bye, Miami. No, you're not getting them vices. No, sir. I know where you was going with it. I'm here for it, though.
Okay.
So it's crazy, man. I'm real chill, laid back. My wardrobe is, reflects that. But I happen to move to cities that actually know what the hell they're doing in the jersey department. That damn 2000 Suns jersey with the with Penny Hardaway and Jason Kidd with the actual sun on it.
You
Yeah,
picked that one?
yeah, I need that.
Oh
The
my
purple and the
god.
black one. I need them. I need them. And then did y'all not see the new Suns jerseys that they got
fire.
put out?
They fire, bro. They fire. I ain't
But
gonna-
how many jerseys do they need not to
They
go to
fired
the
me.
championship? I'm still gonna get
Chill.
you one too. Well, I can't now. So
No, we gotta make a new bet, man. I like the fact that we gotta make a new bet, man. That Melo jersey went double platinum in the hood. Candy, I mean that jersey's still available.
and don't remember,
But I gotta go with the
1.5s.
The Melo one. Come on, dog. Them the best shoes I never had.
So you got which fingers jersey again too?
You can put me down for the which one y'all like better, the purple or the black one? It's the Suns with the Sun jersey.
Both of them
The
fire to
2000.
me.
Yeah, they both
fire to
fire,
me.
yeah.
You just put the 2000 Suns jersey with a sun. I go with the black one.
Okay. That was also on my list as well too.
Of course, man.
Yeah,
You
so
done
clearly
changed the rules up, bro. That's a wrap.
Oh, let's go.
Clearly. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go with another iconic jersey since y'all ain't picked it up yet. This jersey also went double platinum in the hood. I'm taking the Allen Iverson black jersey. Give me that Sixers AI black jersey. I mean, all three colors, black, the white, and the blue one did numbers. I mean, two boy Calvin Cambridge had it on and like Mike, the blue one. So but I'm gonna roll with the black one, the one with the step over Tyronn Lue. Give me the black 2000s.
I love it.
And with my next pick, y'all took all the good ones. I'm gonna go with another black jersey, and I'm gonna go with the Orlando Magic black pinstripe.
Damn, my
Black pinstripe. Give me that
Penny Hardaway is the Shaq.
Give me that Penny Hardaway black pinstripe jersey. Yeah.
Good pick, bro. Good pick, but I'm happy you didn't pick mine.
Okay.
You brought up like Mike, and one of the stars of like Mike was Vince Carter. I'm a big ass kid. I'm a big ass kid, and the fact that I see a big ass Velociraptor on the jersey makes me want to buy it even more. So I think that's 99.
Yep.
Yeah, 99 2000. I think.
Yep.
But just the Raptors jersey with the Velociraptor on there, man. I needed the purple. Let's get it.
Yeah. The purple giant.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought about the Raptors jersey, but I almost thought about them Kawhi whites.
The white red just bro. That was hard. That was my other option. I was up between the purple one or that white and red with Van Vliet. That's hard, bro.
I mean, but guess what? I got both of them. I got both.
All right, so I'm up, man, and so my two jersey selections, because I gotta wait to come back around.
Sheesh.
One, I'm definitely going to take the Washington Bullets jersey. I loved them. I loved you talking about Jordan? Cool. He was the reason why I even bought that jersey. And then I can't believe you brought this up already, so I gotta go ahead and pick them. I definitely needed them Minnesota Timberwolves KG jerseys. Stephon Marbury, all of them. I don't care if it's the black, the blue, the white. I don't care which ones they were, but I wanted any pair of those. Okay, so you could have what you wanted. Go ahead, sir.
Is that me? I feel like I won this one easily. We didn't rock these jerseys per se, but damn it, our uncles did. Give me that Grant Hill Detroit Pistons jersey.
Ooh, the teal giant. Okay.
Please and thank you. It's that one is the one with the horse on it. Yeah, the red Grant Hill one. It's the old school Ben Wallace one. It's the Isaiah Thomas one. Okay, give me the Pistons.
Okay,
that's a wrap.
back on me, and I got a back to back. Okay. Okay.
Wait, how many are we doing?
We're doing five.
Five. Okay, cool. So that's okay.
I got back to back. Okay. All right, let me get. Damn. Damn. Okay. Let me get the Ray Allen era Seattle Sonics jersey. Let me get that green one. That green from NBA Live 05 when they had Rashard Lewis and Luke Ridnow, Ray Allen, those guys. So let me get that.
Hey, KD rocked it up one year.
KD had it for 1 year. Let me get that. And then also, I'm going to end it right here with a little bit more modern. Let me get the Spurs Fiesta jersey from 2020 with the Fiesta colors on the front of their mug. It's not hard to me. So let me get that one.
Dang, man. So you know that the people going to clown us, right? Because none of us picked Chicago.
It was on my list, but
yeah, once he took the other stripes, the Orlando stripes to me were better.
Yeah.
But the Chicago script. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, your pick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, we done. Right?
No, you got one more too.
We both got one more.
Yep, y'all both got one more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do got one more. My bad. Give me Chicago. my bad. I thought it was fine. No, give me Chicago. Or no.
Yes, no, stick to it.
No. You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing. No. You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing yet. You didn't say nothing yet.
Nah, your pick is locked in.
No. He didn't say.
If you take
Mike muted.
Yes, I need them Muggsy Bowles, Grandmama, Charlotte Hornets jerseys immediately.
Okay. The blue joint or the purple joint?
I'll take either one.
Hey. So what you say, Two? Go ahead.
So I can't change mine because I didn't take yours.
No.
He didn't answer because he didn't answer, and there's literally time to lock it in. I didn't lock it in. I need the Rockets.
The Steve Francis one.
The Steve Francis, the Hakeem Olajuwon ones, the Steve Francis ones.
I'll give you them. I ain't like them.
Not with the stripe. Yeah, not with the stripe. Nah.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my boys in.
No.
Lock it in.
No, it's like y'all locked it in before me. Nope.
That's not even on my radar. That's so ugly. I hated that joint. Because it reminded me of like Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen, and all them real old playing for the Rockets. Nah, you can keep that mess. I ain't rocking with that. All right, so let me run through our picks again, and I'm gonna do a TikTok of it all together. I have the Lakers Sunday Whites, the black AI Sixers jersey, the Orlando Magic pinstripes, the Seattle Sonics from Ray Allen's era, and the Spurs Fiesta jersey. Took, you got the Teal Grizzlies, the Phoenix Suns black throwback jersey, the Raptors purple jersey, the Grant Hill red jersey with the horse on it, and the Chicago, right?
Yes, Chicago.
Which one from Chicago?
We can do the cursive letter ones, even though the D Rose jersey was pretty dope as well.
Okay, so you got the cursive Chicago jersey.
Cursive Chicago, yeah. Jordan.
Sheedy got the Rainbow Nuggets, the red Miami, the Washington Bullets white jersey, the Kevin Garnett Tree jersey, and the pinstripe Muggsy Bowles Grandmama Hornets jersey. I think we all got good picks though, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Amazing picks.
We all got good picks, so we're gonna see what social media say about it. I think they all good picks though, because I mean, Cheetah, you got the Nuggets jersey. I'm like, that
Nuggets.
That's tough.
That's her favorite.
Going double platinum. Yeah, that thing almost damn near went diamond.
Yeah, he said Alex English. I'm like, him and Melo, like, God.
Right. And then two, you got the Raptors giant with your third pick. Like, that's crazy. That giant could have been a top pick. So, but yeah, we're gonna see what everybody think. Any closing comments before we get out of here, gentlemen? We good to go.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Most definitely. It's good to have you back, Took. No more PTO for you.
Got a signal finally, so I can at least yeah.
No more PTO, man. We back at it, y'all. So y'all tune in. Leave us a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We at 121 right now. We're trying to get to that 200, really that 500, so we can get some partnership with YouTube. We're gonna get there at some point. So it's a matter of time. Whether you're gonna do it now, you're gonna do it later. So preferably do it right now. Stay safe, be blessed. Peace.